Yeah. Mic test 1 2 1 2. Yeah, Malcolm, Malcolm. It's been 200 years without being here, and yeah, I think what I'm gonna say right now is I am so sorry, everybody. I promise you that it's gonna be at 10:30 Eastern time, and I want you all to direct your eyes to this man called Malcolm because he is the one who decided that time, and he blew it up. But he had some good excuse, so we're gonna forgive him for today. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Malcolm, how are you doing?
So guys, I've been alright actually. Yeah. It's been a long time since we last did the podcast. I had a quick
Ooh,
emergency that took me 1 hour later, but that's okay. But I've been generally okay since the last podcast we made. But now I'm a school. I'm a residential assistant. I'm a tutor, working 20
yes.
hours every working 20 hours every week. I'm doing 18 credits, like 5 courses. So like my schedule is pretty much my schedule is giving me a run for my money, but I'm getting through it, and it's pretty much, especially it's been chill for the past 3 weeks because I was basically having like RA training, but now I'm getting 2 classes and the class rhythm that is going to help me get there. But as health wise, I'm okay. I'm wondering about you. How have you been? How is Canada and stuff? You know?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm incredibly grateful. I thank God. Yeah, Canada is great. A little bit of how you call it, the transitioning from summer, so the sun is here and there. It's not really, you know. Yeah, so I'm starting to get worried because that means that winter is somewhere around the corner. But yeah, we move on regardless. We move
Yeah.
on
But
regardless.
okay, let's get right into it because this is not going to take very long. But before, um, I just want you guys to subscribe, to like, to comment, to
Yeah.
follow us on Instagram as well, and to support us generally and to give us feedback. But let's get right into it. But before we get into the agenda, let's speak about Eja Wilson. So yesterday she achieved the record. They won the favor 86-75 when
Okay.
she broke the record for the most points in a WNBA season.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think she is on her way to win her third consecutive MVP? What do you
Who,
think about
who
this?
is she racing against? I think the question here is who is she racing against? In my case, right? In my opinion, I don't see nobody, right?
Mm,
Like you can make a case for Caden Clark coming as a rookie. You take off with the assist. You take off with the double doubles, triple double, and all the shine around Caden Clark. But really, I think Ed Wilson. I don't see any
yeah,
argument that is going against her case right now,
yeah,
and like their team is winning, right? It's not that
yeah,
she's doing it on a mediocre team or something. Their team is really winning, and
yeah,
we might be looking not only at another greatest and MVP season, but also another championship season.
yeah.
So,
Okay, so now you believe my point of the aces are more likely to win a three feats.
well, you say believe. Believe is a strong word to use. Believe is a strong word to use, but I do think there is some truth to that, right? But
Yeah,
until the things start getting spicy, deep down, and then the races are, you
yeah,
know, I won't really speculate anything, but I think they have a pretty much of a 60, between 60 and 85% of winning. So,
yeah. I mean, Angel Wilson is like she's too good. Like she's definitely the MVP of the league again. It's going to be a unanimous vote. I mean, Caitlin Clark. You talked about Caitlin Clark. Well, she is the box office, and she's going to win Rookie of the Year because obviously we're going to speak about Angel Reese's injury. But so Angel was like the only like front runner after her. But now with injuries injured, Caitlin Clark. I mean, even with injuries not being injured, Caitlin Clark was gonna win it. But she is box office. But Angel Wilson, like she is Shim. If you know what, I don't want to say she is her.
she's her.
No,
You
but
can't say, yo,
she's Shim. She's Shim. She is Shim.
Jesus
That
Christ.
sounds better. She's him,
There is
but she's a woman, so Shim. she.
She's no better. She's her. Right.
Mm,
But before we get there, you remember the year? I think I'm, I'm forgetting the year. My bad. When Steph Curry won the unanimous MVP. Right.
mhm.
I had this thought that I think I'm looking at Caitlin Clark's year being the same thing, right? That
Yeah,
is like you've got a bunch of other players around the person that might get the unanimous MVP doing well, right? But because of the impact that she's coming with as a rookie, might have some sort of impact to her winning the MVP. But I don't really think there is much of a much of a case. But the media has gotten into so much of Caitlin Clark's success that giving her the MVP might just set off another bomb. Like it's been a couple months ago when she was not from the team USA and everything. But I still got Age Wilson on my list, and there is really not so many things to talk about when it comes to her case.
yeah. I mean, let's talk about the FIFA for a second because after the break, the international break, the FIFA have come, on form. They came and I mean, the last time I checked, they were like 11-2, but that was last week. I don't know about this week, but they were like 11-2 after the All-Star break. I mean, but before they started, they were like what? They were like 6-12 and like with a lot of losses. But now they came back winning like 11 games out of like 13. How like how did they get like that momentum? Like when they're all young and like you
I
know,
I I,
they,
I wouldn't know. So my whole thing is always I'm so big on experience, right?
mm,
So you come in the first half of the season, you look at the makeup of your team, you make mistakes, they correct them along as they go, right? But then I think after that break, it gave everybody a moment of self-talk, look in the mirror and say, "This is what I've been doing great. I feel like keep doing that, and this is what I need to do more." It's not improve, but rather just incorporate other stuff that I haven't been putting in my game as much, right? So I think when they came out of the All Star break, watched a ton of film, I would assume, and really saw that this is what everybody needs to do. And I think one thing that is helping more, I think their players understands their roles.
yeah,
Right? They understand when to, the first half of the season, things were here and there, mistakes and everything, right? And now they're more poised. They know their game. It's more like the Indiana Pacers, by the way, right?
mm,
The first half of the season they make mistakes, turnovers. Second half of after the All Star break, they get here now. They all of a sudden playing defense out of nowhere, right? So
mm,
I think it was like a moment of reflection and saying, look, we know how to do these things. We just have to do them right. It wasn't much of a switch. And also the other thing was understanding better how to use Caitlin Clark. She's gonna
yeah,
keep evolving eventually, right? But
yeah.
when she first came in, they didn't really understand how to position her. When do we give her the ball? When do we run her off the screen? Right? But now they understand it more than ever, which is why now they're looking more in tune. They're looking more good on the court.
I mean, I gotta say, I love that analysis because you watch WNBA way more than me. I mean, the last game I watched was Indiana versus Sky,
You can't
but I
say that
like,
on air.
but but from the results, as I saw, as I say, they were 11-2. I can tell that something has clicked. Some momentum has clicked, and right at the right time because we are going to the playoffs in about 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, we saw how Indiana was struggling at the beginning of the season before the international break. And the Sky instead were like Sky were playing well, so they was competing for 7-8 spot, even though both 7 and 8 go to playoffs. But now, like after the international break, like FIFA improved, and now Sky has like sort of like backed off. And yes, Sky was like way before, but now Sky has like backed off, and now like Angel Reese is now injured, but they will still secure the 8th seed when they go to the playoffs. The sky is what I mean. And but the FIFA really like taking it like I think they're not even 7 anymore. I think they're like 5 or 6, if not they're like 5, if I'm not mistaken. So like from the results, I've not watched a lot of FIFA games or WNBA games, but I mean there was the one I saw of FIFA versus Aces. There was also another one of FIFA Liberty. I mean Aces Liberty as well. when Liberty won. But from what I can see is that Fever have actually been doing really well. And speaking about Caitlin Clark, as you say, we've been getting a lot of like people who like hate on her, criticize her.
Yeah.
I don't know why it started from, but I guess that's what every big player has to go through whenever they come into a league. Like it happened to Michael Jordan, to LeBron James. Like when it's going to be all friendly for you, and we've seen these guys were criticizing her. Even her fellow NBA players, WNBA players rather, are like dissing her on social media and everything, and she's trying to keep her mind focused. But there's a quote I liked on a lady who came on Stephen A's podcast, and she said, "For talents like Caitlin Clark, we must not, um, we must promote them instead of tolerating them." You feel me? So like, I don't wonder also why people are hating on her, but she's
So
pretty much box office. I mean, she's the reason why we have all these fans. She's the reason why we are talking about them right now. I mean, there's no way I'll be talking about WNBA if she wasn't in the league.
I'm gonna just jump in right there, right? So I would say two things, right? Yes, of course, there are people who are hating on Caitlin Clark, right? But in more of like when I talk about the players in the league, right, I wouldn't say they're really hating on her. So if you play Malcolm, right, you come in my league, right? I don't care what I say about you. What I'm trying to say is, can you beat me? Right? And they like, bro, you're hyping this girl up like we here, like we already here, right? She coming to play with us. So it's more for them like we competitive and let her come, right? We gonna show her. Of
Yeah,
course, some people will find out the hard way that she is actually the real deal, right? But that's part of the game, right? The confidence, the competitiveness of saying that let her come in, we gonna show her what it is. It's part of the game, right? The other thing I'll say is I think with great power comes so many great
yeah,
responsibilities, right?
yeah.
So for her to be this generational talent and just bringing the wave of fans and everything, she's got to carry the weight of the haters and the fans at the same time, right?
Mm,
I have a question for you, right? Why do you think politicians become more famous when they get in jail?
I don't know
Great,
why.
because if you just come out and say nonsense, a bunch of nonsense, and say, yeah, we must do this and this, and nobody tells you nothing, people gonna look like, okay, it's his opinion. But then the moment that opinion affects people and those people ask to put you in jail, now
Yeah.
people are like, oh, that opinion must carry some weight, right? So when
Mm,
Killing Clark came in, everybody was chill, right? It started off like, nah, stop it. She ain't gonna do that. And then she came in, she started busting them. She started
yeah,
shooting the same show she was shooting in college, right?
yeah.
And now people are like, oh, now let's show her, let's take it to the net, let's talk trash here, there, social media, but right. So I don't. It comes with the game.
I mean, I mean, she's broken every kind of records, especially like this latest 3 weeks. Like first rookie to do triple double, first rookie to do blah blah blah. Now she's the assist queen. Like she's making a lot of dimes, and like she's now getting into this habit of making triple doubles as well. And like she's like first rookie to pass like 20 and 5 and blah blah blah. Like she's broken a lot of records, and that's why she's really been,
I have a question for you.
yeah.
Do you think, as much as they're racing into these playoffs, right? Given how much, I don't want to say less inexperienced, I would say less experience in the playoffs, because I don't care what nobody say, right? I play basketball. I play whatever that is, whatever the level is. The playoffs are no the similar games that you would watch on a regular basis. So to me, when they're going to the playoffs right now, I'm gonna ask you, do you think with all the hype and the power and just the talent that she has, do you think her experience and the experience of the team around her has enough to compete against the Age Wilsons, the Toroses, and everybody else that is contending this year?
Yes, they can definitely win a game, but do these guys also have series like in NBA?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but they won't win the series, but they can win a game. So to answer your question, frankly, to win a game, yes, but to win a series, no. I don't think they'll beat any of these top teams. But I mean, getting in the playoffs enough is a big thing for FIFA. So
No,
we
I
should not
mean
judge them on what they do in the playoffs. We should judge them on what they've done so far. And for me, even if they end the season now, like in the playoffs,
everybody's
get
a
out in the
point.
first round. For me, to me, they've been successful in their terms. But if they play against Aces or Liberty or Seattle Storm or Chicago, I mean, um, Phoenix, is it Phoenix Suns,
Yeah,
the one that's in
yeah.
Phoenix, then
Phoenix Mercury.
yeah, Phoenix Mercury, yeah. If they play against any of those teams, I don't think they'll win a series. But can they win a game? Absolutely. I mean, she's beating these big players in the games, and that's why all this hate is coming on for her with all the assists and stuff.
I
People are getting
think
jealous.
for me, if they can play defense with how Mitchell has been playing, um, she's their point guard at because well, although Caitlin Clark does play the point, I think Mitchell is more of a point guard than her. I'm looking at them being able to be maybe depending on who they face off the first series, they'll probably beat somebody. Probably, right? If they can play good defense, yeah, they
Hmm.
can play good defense. I'm not scared about their offense because it's pretty much got covered. And everybody's been playing really well. Like once they started understanding their roles,
Yeah,
you've got Caitlin handling the ball and doing the passes. Like they have some sort of Indiana Pacers similarity, which is very wild. The pace they play at now,
first, yeah,
the the way they push the ball in transition, they don't even take a single second to process. Boom, a basket happens here, straight to the basket. The pass is already gone. And they running so fast, right? So if they can really hold on to defense, I'm sure they can go one series and probably a half of the second series.
I think they can win the round one series, whichever team it will be, because usually how it's grouped is like the best teams first play like the lower seeded teams,
Yeah,
and then they'll meet each other around the end of the postseason. But can they win a series? Yes. Can they win a game against a big team? Yes. But the teams I know they won't win again are Aces and Liberty. But any other, I can't rule them out. I mean, you talked about their offense. I mean, they've been playing well. I've seen like a couple of clips, and I know clips are just highlights, not low
yeah.
lights highlights, but you can see like the spacing, how Caitlin Clark is providing, how even Aliyah Boston is now playing better. She's improved that game, her level. I mean, even Tyrese Haliburton is coming literally to every game, and they have this whole audience with them, the whole atmosphere.
It's not
So
like
it's looking,
Tyrese ain't doing nothing. He's just there
yeah.
chilling and everything.
So
So
it's looking good. And speaking of the playoffs that begin on 22nd September, I can't wait to watch them because like everything was in the line. I mean, everyone is going to try to stop the Aces, and the Aces have now looked like they've clicked into momentum because earlier before the Olympics, they looked shaky, but now it looks like they're getting, their rhythm back.
it's always gonna be like that. They're champions. There is some sort of
Yeah,
pride in it. They're like, we're gonna be fine. Second season, second half of the season coming, we just gonna figure it out, right? And rightfully so. They're the defending champs, right?
yeah,
And their team is still pretty much the same thing from when they
yeah,
last won, which was last year. But moving on, we've had Caitlin Clark, we've talked about her, but now I feel like things are going to slow down a little bit, talks and everything, because now Angel Reese is down, right?
yeah.
And with Angel being down, how do you think that affects the rookie of the year? But before we get into that question, I just want to say that, you know, go be with Angel because injuries are never fun. Injuries are never good. When you sidelined, when you a dog like her who wants to play all the time and play hard as she does, it's really hard to watch from the sideline, right? You want to go to war with your people, and it's really unfortunate, but it's part of the game. So, can you tell us what was the injury so that the people do know what the injury was? And then tell us how does that affect the rookie of the year,
The,
man.
so I'll start with the most obvious question. The rookie of the year was going to be won by Caitlin Clark, whether injuries got injured or not.
Uh,
So
I'll
I
take a
mean,
fifty-fifty.
I mean, if you told me that the rookie of the year was going to be decided before the All Star break, then you have a point. But after not the All Star break, the international break before
Yeah,
Olympics, Yeah, because she was dropped like 15 double doubles and like she was really playing big time. But after okay, she's been playing her game, but Caitlyn has really like stepped up and like her odds have like way like surpassed. Like it was getting closer those days, but now like who what's her name? Caitlyn Clark has now like with all these triple doubles and assists she's been dropping. I think at this point now Angel is like out of the race. She will definitely be the second in the voting, but in like first, I think it's not gonna be obvious. I mean, she's gonna get some first place votes obviously because she has some fans as well in the voters. But like winning, we only there's only one answer. But as I said, if it was before international break, maybe she has a point on is there some competition. But after now, I'll start with that. So I think the rookie race is all but done. Caitlin Clark is winning it. Angel will be the second in the voting. But in the on the sky like pursue or like what are the words, man? Like contest for like the playoffs and like championship hopes. Uh, Definitely not winning a championship. Forget about that. But like they're going to get into the playoffs. Luckily because they've established themselves in a good position. And I mean they take 8 out of 12 teams. That's like I mean that's 8 out of 12 is four over. Wait,
Stop
8 out of
doing
12
the
is
math
two over.
right now.
It's 2/3. Chillax. That is a 66.7% chance that you're going to make it into the playoffs. You know, and
I,
even if you're not a good
I
team,
ain't gonna lie, I don't do no percentage. I swear, because
so that's so like I mean 8 out of 12 is pretty. If it was 6 out of 12, then you have a content. But it's 8 out of 12, so they're going to get in, and I think they'll get eliminated in first round without Angel because Angel is really big time. But we can let's hope that Camila Cardoso can step up. You know,
no, no,
play
I
like the
think,
way.
I
Yeah, I
think
think
actually
Camila has,
this is something I'm so grateful for. Right,
yeah,
I love Angel, yeah,
yeah.
but Angel is Draymond Green. She's not
What do you mean?
deep, right? Camila Caruso is really tall and big, so she
Yeah,
is such a beast in the paint,
yeah,
right? But then if you pair her with Angel, that gives you a much bigger and sort of faster, right, front court for you, right? So I think this will give more chance to Camila Cardoso to kind of
yeah. Now
showcase who
Camila,
she is,
yes, Camila
because
has
I
to step
feel
up
like
now,
Angel has really been
running the show.
overshadowing, right?
Yes, she's been
Now I
stealing the show.
think God has his thing on time and we can't really control none, but I think Camila Cardoso is gonna
Yeah,
really showcase what she actually can do without being, you know, alternated with Angel. And there's nothing wrong with that. They just happen to be on the same team. They just
yeah,
happen to be like big talent at the same time, which is always so hard to manage. But I feel
yeah,
like if Camila Cardoso can flow into the center position, that will allow everybody else to see where does Angel fall, right? Do we still keep
yeah.
her on center or power forward, small forward, something like that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, speaking about Camila, I mean, Angel's pretty much been running the show around, but now that she's down, Camila is a chance to step up. Obviously, we know Camila because of the March Madness and
Yeah,
South Carolina winning the NCAA tournament for the basketball women, and every other time. Like Angel versus Camila, like Carolina versus LSU, like Camila was like winning every time, and it was like a rivalry. But when they joined the same team, Angel's been seeing the show, obviously because of the box office. But now it's a chance Camila to show that she can actually be great because now she not only she was dropping 8 rebounds and she was okay. But now since Angel, because Angel will drop like 12 rebounds, but now Angel is gone, she has to drop like 15 rebounds as well.
yo, you're
Like,
finna looking
cover
at
up.
18 rebounds from her, right? And people don't really see these, right? If you I watch these games, right? If you watch Camila Cardoso play, right? And I don't like the Lakers, but the closest thing I can compare her to is AD, right?
Ah, no, she's
In
not as good as AD, bro. AD is too good.
I'm saying that look, I need to teach you how to do
AD is
comparisons.
a
I'm
beast.
so
AD is a
bad.
beast.
But I'm saying like in her capacities and whatever she does,
Mm,
that's the closest thing, right? Her game is like that of AD, right? When she gets in the post, she can almost straight over, right? She can almost over top, rebounds over people, right? So look, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're gonna see it now in games that she gonna be having more time to showcase that, right?
Yeah.
You
I,
know,
I mean, she has to step up. I mean, there's something I actually want to talk about in Angel's statement. Let me just read it for the people who don't understand what we mean by Angel is injured. So she wrote on her Instagram, "What a year! I never would have imagined the last bucket of my rookie season to be a three, but maybe
hey,
that was God saying, of give them a taste of what they'll be seeing in year two.
she
Lol.
better bring it
Through
in,
it
man.
all, through it all, I have showed that I belong in the league, even when no one else believed. Even when no one else believed, mark that. All I have ever wanted was to come into the W and to make an impact. I can confidently say that I have done that, and I'll strive to keep doing so. I'm filled with emotions right now that I have had us that I have. I am filled with emotions right now that I have a season-ending injury, but also filled with so much gratitude for what is next. Blah 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 blah. God gives his strongest battles to his strongest soldiers, and blah 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 blah. But I want to go to the main point. She said she wanted to make it in the W, even though everyone was against her, which is not true because man, it's not true. Like that's the step I don't agree with that part. You know why? Because like I feel like it's unfair to all her fans and to everyone who was rooting for her, because not everyone was supporting against her. I know she means the people who love her, but like everyone has these kinds of people. Like everyone has this kind of critics, these kinds
I
of
don't think
haters, this
I
kind.
don't think this is
And
my interpretation. I don't think Angel
what?
Reese means her the people hating on her. Right.
Well, but she said no one believed her.
Great, right there, right? So what I think Angel is trying to say here is I came in here when I have proven that I can play at the highest level. I was the first round pick, right? Right. And I come here when I have helped change the game in college. But all you're doing is pushing the narrative that Caitlin Clark is this and that. Right? This is me speaking, right? I don't. This is what I'm getting from the text, right? So the fact that the narrative of Caitlin Clark was pushed more than Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark means that nobody believed. This is just what I'm feeling right out of it, and just how the season has gone.
Ah,
'Cause I don't
man,
think Angel likes her things, right? It wasn't directly to say that, oh no, there were no fans. No, no, no. It was just like you have been pushing the narrative that I ain't not, that I'm the struggle, I don't have this and that. Right. Kaylin can shoot, can rebound, blah blah blah. Me, I can only do this and that, right? Which is what the media's been saying, right? So
yeah, but all in all, man, bro, she had people who were rooting for her. Like we all knew that she's going to make it. Not
and
just her
that's what she's
fans, but
telling
like
you people who are listening to
everyone
her.
from LSU, everyone was rooting for her. We all knew she was going to make it. Even I
Hell,
was
she's
rooting
your
for her.
goat.
So like it's unfair to write that no one was rooting for me. Like realistically, the people who were not rooting for her, way less than people were rooting for her. Because we all knew that she was going to thrive in the league. So it's a bit unfair to us, but hey,
You see
fine.
the statement you just used. You say we all knew. No, not all.
She
Some
said
of
no one
us
else
did,
believed.
right?
No, we all knew Angel was going to make it into the
Not
league and be a
everybody.
great
Some
power.
people were like, no, she ain't gonna do that.
Okay, then then she should have said when some people would not have believed, but she
I
said no
mean,
one else believed. No one
this is
else.
what I'm gonna
What
say.
about her family? What about her family? What about
I'm
her
gonna
community? What
look.
about her fans?
I'm gonna give Angel the benefit of the doubt because of under emotion. Sometimes you can let words sleep. You can do the wrong choices of words, but I don't really think that should be a big deal. But rather, let's talk about the fact that she said that she felt like that was the narrative, right? Do you think it affected her in any way, right? Maybe to underperform or to
No, I don't think she's. I think she's just going to even get better.
oh no,
Yeah.
I have no doubt. But what I'm saying is, right, so with all the mindset that everybody saying that I can't do this and that, right? Do you think she made her try too hard? Because I don't think, I'm not saying she tried too hard, right? But do you think in some way, and these things can usually be most of the time, at least for me, a motivation to go do your thing. But I'm just saying, was there some sort of, maybe not so good impact towards her game because of that?
No, I don't.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
don't. And I don't know, but as she said that her last point was a three. So I'm just take it and believe her that obviously she's going to get better in the season. We wish her well. And for the people, I didn't mention this, but she has a finger injury, a hand injury. I know they operated on her hand, and she has like a bandage all over it, so she's out for the season. But she said she wants to make more threes. I guess that's why she wrote that as well. And I think she'll only get better with her all round game because at LSU she was only good at rebounding and paint points. And now she's improved on her mid range and rebounding and paint points. So I'm hoping that she'll go out a more perimeter wise and not improve as well there.
Do
So I
you
mean,
know why? Do you know why Ed Wilson kills the WNBA?
what?
Do you know why Ed Wilson
Uh huh.
has been murdering and killing the WNBA players?
Why she's tall?
No, because she's got the
Well,
media.
well, well, that helps. She's tall. It
Well,
helps her.
of course, I know a bunch of players in the WNBA who are taller than her, right? But her midi, right? The mid range, yeah. So if Angel can really perfect that mid range and the three,
Yeah, her mid range.
I think that
It just mid range is good, which means she can dominate the paint and even the mid range, like
because
20 footers.
the nail, right? You have the ball here. You run screens. Okay, nothing is working out. You're on the nail, or maybe free throw line need. You're just running, handoffs to the other players running around, and it's not working. All you gotta do is turn around, face up, fake it up. They, if you
Yeah,
have to need it, they gonna jump for it. You go all the way to the basket, right? So the more Angel can develop her jump shot
mid
on
range.
the
Yeah, her jump
mid,
shot.
you
If she
know,
can develop her jump shot, forget about threes, bro. Like she has guys in the team,
threes will come later, bro.
bro. If she can develop her mid range, she'll be like Joel Embiid, that.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
she'll be like dominant, and I can see her getting better. Back to your question, I can see her getting better and only getting better. Obviously to keep on improving from this season. I mean, the next time she is going to play will be like next year in like March or something. Like she has a
She'll,
long time.
she'll
So
probably be more stronger, and then, like you said, right? God chooses the hardest battles to his
yeah,
greatest soldiers,
yeah.
and
But it's
no
unfortunate.
doubt she's one of them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that she got injuries. I mean, they asked Caitlin Clark what she thinks about it, and she was like, "Yeah, it's sad because like we came in the same year rookie class, and Angel is down, and this girl also she was the second round pick, the one who is in Los Angeles Sparks.
Uh,
Oh my God,
Kim,
what's that?
Cameron, Steph Curry's goddaughter.
Yes, that one. What's Yeah, but you know her, yeah, that one, yeah,
Yeah, dude,
yeah.
I'm
She
just
also got
forgetting
injured.
the name. I
She
think
got,
it's
she also got, she got.
Cameron. Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, you're the right person. She also got like an ACL injury, so
oof.
Caitlin Clark was along. Like, it's very unfortunate, but hey, we wish them the best in their off season, and for the Sky generally wish them well. We hope Camila Cardoso, Kennedy Carter as well. We didn't speak about her. We hope they'll carry the team. And
Definitely.
it's been, I mean, it was really we've for their standards. I mean, Chicago and Indiana, they've really played well this season, and they'll reflect and get better. And hopefully, we shall have like a more expansive debate on who will compete than Liberty and Aces next year. Yes, so
I think not only for those teams, but also for the rest of the WNBA,
yes,
this
the
year
rest of
will
the
be a
WNBA.
year to be remembered. It will be
Yes,
a year that will go down in history books as one of the greatest years for the WNBA. I'm just saying, at least I believe that. And what else can we expect? Greater things to come out of the game. Moving on, Malcolm, just
mm-hmm.
not taking up the time. Let's talk about the NBA, shall we?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
wait, I got the name.
NBA.
I got the name of the girl who got injured. Cameron Brink, Cam Brink.
You see, I say Cameron, and then I
Yeah,
couldn't find the other name. But
Cam
yeah,
Brink. Yeah.
but yeah,
But
the
yeah, the
NBA man,
NBA,
talking.
NBA is about to resume, and what's the preseason camp starts in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I feel
I can't
goosebumps right
wait.
now. It's like
I mean, I see you have a Boston Celtics banner behind you.
no,
What's going
this.
on?
So let me tell you how this came up. Right, I had a bunch of guys. We had debate on some stuff, and I said, if I win, you get me a Warriors banner. If I lose, you
Okay.
give me the Celtics, which is their favorite team. And look at what I got me. and I have to pull
Nice.
it out. And they
I
said,
love
if you
that.
don't see it on the pod, you're in trouble. So I
I
had to.
love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. So what's so? How do you feel about your Warriors going into the preseason? You feel
Oh
like
shoot!
they'll end 10th or 11th? Which of the two positions?
Come on, man! What you doing?
Play in or out of
Listen to
playoffs.
me. Listen to me. This is where I become Stephen A. Smith. Right?
Uh,
The Warriors are good. We are fine in the West. We are fine in the West, baby. No, but all seriousness, I think with the additions of um, new players, Buddy Hill, of course, it's gonna take some time to adjust to the style of play. But I don't see them changing anything in terms of what the way they play, because they've been able to replace Clay Thompson with Buddy Hield, and they've been able to acquire a good role players that I think they needed more than anything, that are vets and understand the game. And my eyes right now are on Jonathan Kuminga, right? Because I think everything they were doing or everything they did this season was to go to Jonathan Kuminga and say, he's the boy, young fella. You're going to be Steph's Robin, right? He's your Batman, you the Robin, right? So if he can do that, because if he is really improved, you're looking at somebody like PG3, right? So it, it, he's still young. He's got a lot of stuff to learn. But if he can be the Robin and Steph, the right, and then Buddy Hield can become the splash blood, new brother or cousin, whatever that will be this year. I think we have a solid year ahead of us. And one thing I'm so grateful for is that we've improved defensively. That's all, right? We were stupid dumpsters defensively last year. Because no disrespect to Clay, but I didn't
uh,
think he was being put in situations where he can be productive defensively, right? So now, not to say that Buddy Hield is gonna be a defensive menace or
I
something,
mean, Clay was awful last year. He was
but
awful.
people around that are going to be surrounding the team, it's gonna be great. I think the rookies that they added are ready to go, given the year they had, right? So I'm so excited for it. And talk to me about them Lakers. Talk to me now.
The Lakers are going to be in top six. As I said. So I'm
No,
not worried for a single
are they
bit.
gonna win versus Denver Nuggets?
I told you we're beating Denver this year. I told you the only reason why we lost to Denver last year was because of the coach and like a couple of mistakes. But we could have beaten them. But this year, bring Denver. In fact, actually, I want Denver in the first round because I feel like we'll beat them this year. I'm not worried. I think with what's his name? The coach. Oh my God, JJ Redick. Is it JJ Redick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't even know his
yeah,
name.
yeah. Bro, I don't know where my mind is, but yes, I
No,
think he's
no.
good. I
Listen,
think I think he's
listen.
the perfect guy to select George Jordan. But you know what about the Lakers? You know one thing I wanted? I wanted to sign Yabusele. That girl is a beast, bro. The girl is a beast. So
Wait,
when I heard that he got signed by, I
the
think it
Sixers.
was a team in European League, I was like,
No,
shit,
he's been
bro, like
signed, I think, by
damn.
the Sixers. No, no, no. Offered
Oh
the
yeah,
deal by the
the
Sixers.
Sixers, the Sixers.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sixers signed Yabusele, that guy from
I
France,
think,
France.
yeah, yeah. You can
Sixers is
pull
going
that up,
to.
yeah.
Okay, so Sixers we have PG, Yabusele, Embiid, and Maxi. They're
Yeah,
gonna play well. They're gonna play well.
it's a
But
solid team.
Eddie needs help. You know how I was saying Curry needs help? Eddie needs help, man. Eddie needs help. Because like Curry last year, like he had no supporting cast, like he was dead. Like he was dead, like even him himself, like his like levels like decreased. So let's hope he can come back to that step we know.
No, I mean,
But Eddie needs help, bro.
when you play around mediocre stuff, you
Lakers,
become a better
Lakers,
player.
Lakers is one piece away. One piece, one
And
piece,
what's that gonna be, bro?
one piece, one. Eh?
What's that gonna be?
But that's the thing. I wanted Yabusele. The guy was a beast, man. He was a beast.
Now,
But now that
do you know what you guys need?
we need a big man. We need a big man
You
because Eddie
need
needs help.
shooters.
Yeah, and the shooter, and the shooter.
That's it. If Kenneth can do something, right? Because I'm looking at a big lineup. So you have AD, you have Brown, you have Kenneth,
Brony,
you have what
Brony.
is his name? Kim. What is his name? The guy who used to play with Torian Prince, the tall guy who plays defense. So it's Braun, AD, Kenneth, um, Austin
Bron,
Reeves.
Austin Reeves, Cam Reddish, Jared Vanderbilt.
They might have to go with if Cam Reddish can play, can shoot. Reeves is out. You go with the
Uh,
defensive lineup.
Bro, we also have this guy. I think Torius Priest is left. I think Torius
Yeah,
Priest has
he's
left
in
us.
Milwaukee, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, I think good for him because the guy could only shoot threes.
and
But when it comes
that's
to
a
fourth
plus.
quarter, but Torian Prince, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, he would shoot threes. And then fourth quarter, he's breaking. So let him go. Hachimura, let him go. Bro, I want all these guys to get out of my
So
team. But
you can't really take away Hachimura because of his size, right?
bro,
He gives
we
you
need
so much size that
you know what we need? We need someone who's athletic, like
in
athletic.
Hachimura
Because
is.
because if you realize, like, if you watch the close games of Lakers Denver, those two games we bottled, those two games that Jamal Murray scored the winner, especially the first one, because I remember the first one more clearly than the second one, which
Um,
even though the second one was later on and earlier from my memory. The first one, we were ahead of them by like 5 points, and it was like 30 seconds left, and then just like a loose ball when the ball is going out. Austin Reeves just to like had, I don't know, he just didn't want the ball to like he wanted the ball to stay in Lakers possession instead of like surrendering the ball to go out. And then he let like Michael Porter Jr. like tap it back to, he got it and tapped it back to no, Aaron Gordon gave it back to Michael Porter. Michael Porter made a three, and it was a 2 point, 2 point gap all of a sudden. If Austin Reeves was athletic, he gets that ball before, but he sort of like relaxed, and that's the one. I blame him for that game. And then the second game also, there's like slight margins. We just hit someone who's athletic, not this guy. I just hope Jared Vanderbilt comes back on his feet,
I
and
think
we
I
can
think
still.
I think he will. He will come back fit. I think health is also gonna be another issue with your AD being hard
We
all
have
the
Brony,
time.
we have
But
Dalton Connect,
but
Dalton Connect.
the other thing, rumors has it that Russell Westbrook has been shooting loads of threes, so you gotta be worried about him too. He's on the
Ah,
Denver Nuggets. Anyways, all jokes aside, I want to touch on something. The preseason is around the corner. The season will be starting without even the blink of an eye, without knowing and everything. But do you think uh, this year is gonna be such of a tough year given how much talent is on teams right now?
yeah.
Because if you look at the West, you have the big three in Phoenix, you have arguably the big three in Minnesota, you have uh, the big three in AD, JJ Redick, and Brown. You have what is his name? Um,
Brony.
no. Kawhi, Harden. Um, come on now, give it to me. Who is the other guy?
Which guy?
Anyways, the Kawhis. I'm forgetting the other name.
But
There's
Auntie Paul George is
one.
not at Clippers anymore. Who
I
did
said yeah. I said Kawhi, James Harden. I'm forgetting the other person. I think they acquired somebody that I'm forgetting the name. But I'm
they got
just
someone?
saying there is.
Who is he like
Um,
good?
yeah, but I'm forgetting the name. But whatever. All I'm saying is that how start and Jamorant is coming, and you have Zion Wilson's maybe gonna be his greatest year. Who knows, right? So, you're looking at a stack here. Do you think it's gonna be the hardest year? And do you think also it's the same thing for the other conference?
Definitely Western Conference is going to be more stacked. Yes, I think it's. I mean, NBA level is just improving like every day, in day in day out, and generally all sports it's getting harder and more entertaining, more economical. Like the more they charge us tickets, the more we watch them. Everything is just, the level is increasing. I think for Clippers, you mean who? I can see Derrick Jones Jr. Is that the one you mean?
Yeah, but there's another
There's
person. I don't know
also
whether they're trading him too
um,
or what.
yeah, but wait, what happened to this guy? This guy Norman Powell.
I
I,
think he's
I
still
think
on
he
the
was
team.
traded.
I think
I
he's
think he
still
was
on the
traded.
team. Two.
I don't know. I don't see him here on the list, but anyways, the Clippers. Oh, let's not forget the Grizzlies may also be back with
That's what I
Jamorant.
said. Jamoran is gonna be back, right? And
Yeah,
Big Boy is
and
gonna have Chris Paul, right?
yeah,
And then you look at the guys who called on the Warriors, the Rockets, Houston Rockets. They with Yumi Udoka. You never expect less of greatest stuff.
Alperen Şengün,
You
yes, yes,
have
Alperen
Shea
Şengün.
Gilgeous Alexander. Man, it's so stacked. We
It's
keep
stuck,
on
especially the
forgetting
West.
Darren Folks with the
Yeah, especially the
Kings.
West. Yeah, especially the West.
And
But
DeMar
East,
DeRozan going to the Kings. It's gonna be tough, man.
yeah,
It's gonna be
yeah, it's
tough.
in the West. You see that you've had the West. Even the Spurs are going to give us a run for their money.
Man,
Even the Rockets may come back better. So it's going to be stacked. So, like us ending in sixth, if we don't get our pieces right, I don't think so. But shall we make playing? We shall make playing. But if we cannot get things right, we are at risk of being eliminated because LeBron is too old. Like for real, like let's be real. Like we cannot expect LeBron to be dropping 28. So and Eddie needs help. Like when he's not on the court. So we don't
because
get. But if there's someone I trust, it's because this guy JJ Redick, he was talking in the playoffs. Lakers need this. Lakers need this. Lakers need this. So now he's the coach. So let's see what he will do. But yeah, the West is gonna be entertaining. The East, not so much because the East Celtics is gonna be the winner as well. But I mean, we have some good pieces there as well. But definitely the West is going to. But you know what? I'm not really judging. Like, I'm not really watching the Eastern Conference games this year. I only wait for like January. It's only the West that I'm watching. But the East, like, there's nothing really much to watch.
no, like there will be games like Indiana versus New York. There will be games like Miami Jimmy's back versus Celtics. There will be games like Philly versus Miami. Like you're like, oh, wait a minute, do I want to miss this
Yeah,
one? No.
there'll be some feisty games, but generally, like the West is more stacked.
Yeah, but you better watch them because we're gonna be covering
Yeah,
everything on the
hey,
team. Like
bro, there's some Knicks games I can't miss. Like, there's some Knicks games because Knicks is like an entertaining team, bro. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Forget about the atmosphere. Like the way they play is like it's like your heart is always like,
so when they play when they
it's
play
entertaining to watch. It's like my most
when they
entertaining
play
team to
in
watch.
Mosque Square, right?
Madison, yeah,
It's just hard not to be on their
yeah.
side. You
Like
know what I'm
I
saying?
said, Knicks is entertaining to watch. So I'm looking forward to watching the Knicks and
No,
the NBA
but
coming
you
back.
know, the other thing that people should keep an eye on is like how many free agents that haven't gotten deals, right?
Yeah,
Like there is like guys out there in their mid 20s, 29s, 26, good players, but given how much the talent is on the team, I mean on rosters in every team actually, and with other teams rebuilding, trying to go younger, some guys find themselves in the middle of situations where they don't really have, you know, where to go or get deals, right? And most of it is because I think the league has gotten so good that now more and more guys are required to play roles instead of having more the ball or knowing what you're going to do night in night out. But I think that's also something else to see because if like a team could land a good player, right, who is a free agent, athletic and young, that everybody slept on and give them a chance to prove themselves, that player gonna go hard, right?
yeah,
And that could be a good thing for those teams. So that's something to look out for. But
yeah.
anyways, if you don't have none else, we can stop this thing and get out of here.
Yes, sir. Hey, bro, I gotta say, you've been a good host today. Big ups to you.
I try my best, man. I do try my
But yeah,
best.
thank you guys for following us once again, and we will see you in 3 weeks.
No, absolutely not. We will be back next week. And the
But
other week,
no, let's just be back before the WNBA playoff starts.
we will definitely. I'll make you come back here. If you don't,
Yeah, but let me
if
know.
you don't, I'm gonna try to send in a bunch of good content for the people to watch. But I'll let you know when we have another one. But people, we want to start getting a little bit of, consistency,
Yep,
because that
we're
gives you
gonna get
time to, you know,
when October kicks in, we've been a bit consistent.
yeah,
Actually, when WNBA playoffs kick in, October we're gonna be consistent.
yeah. And I might be bringing in a couple guests. Um,
Yeah,
But
we need a couple of guests. A
yeah,
change of scenery.
it'll be a little different, but we're gonna see how it works. Anyways, people, I'm gonna say good night. I'm out
Good
of
night,
here.
guys.
It's
Thank you
been
for calling
real.
us.
Good to be back. We love you. Support the channel and the page on Instagram. Yeah, what you say?
Bye, guys.
All right. Have a good night, everybody, wherever you are, or good morning, maybe. All right. And I got a da da da.